A man set out to explore an abandoned town in Beijing, which had attracted numerous urban explorers due to rumors of strange activity. The site was infamous for a tragic train accident years ago, with many locals convinced that the derelict train cars were haunted by the victims. The man, intrigued by the old train cars, didn't anticipate encountering anything unusual. However, while inspecting one of the train cars near an old restroom, something caught his attention. Through the toilet opening, he briefly saw a pale face that vanished almost as quickly as it appeared. Dismissing the sight as odd but not alarming, he continued his exploration. Yet something far more disturbing awaited him in another cart. As he swept his camera toward a bed, a figure resembling a body came into view, lying still, only to disappear moments later. While some argue the footage was the result of clever editing, others believe the figure could have been one of the long-lost victims of the train accident. Regardless of the truth, the exploration left an eerie impression. Whether the man captured anything further remains a mystery. The following video was recorded by a truck driver who was delivering a freight. The job took him through several hundred miles of road already, and he stated that he was driving for a good 7 hours at this point. The area that he was passing through at the time is apparently notorious for its many mysterious encounters. Every so often there would be a strange article in the local newspaper about ghostly apparitions that are crossing the road, or hitchhikers that were seen disappearing on the side of the road when people pulled over to give them a ride. But then there are even more creepy reports of the ghost of a lady who can be seen every now and then, standing in the middle of the road, but missing parts of her upper body. Strange, isn't it? Well, this man believes to have come eye to eye with her that night. People do claim to see a pair of legs that could be belonging to a woman, perhaps in a white skirt of some sorts. It is particularly creepy, since the skin is all gray, making many believe that this is indeed the spirit of somebody that might be bound to that place. Could this be? But then there's also a weird orb-like object right on top of that skirt. What exactly it is? The driver had no idea, but in his mind it is clear that it's not stemming from our world. Very eerie indeed. next really unsettling clip has been shared by Sue LCR94, and it appears to feature a creepy looking thing that was positioned behind her husband while he was holding their baby. All of this was documented by their baby monitor, and when Sue realizes what got captured, she decided to share it with her audience.
So my husband's rocking the baby to sleep, and does anyone see this creepy figure on the floor behind them? What is that? It looks like there's like legs and arms and a head. What?
Let's take a closer look at that sighting. What are we working with here? Well, the first thing that pops to mind is just smudge on the lens. But is it really? Other viewers of hers pointed out that it could also be the spirit of a dog, which of course is also likely, if it is paranormal after all. What do you see in that apparition? Is it anything paranormal? Or are we looking at something else here? A video of a security guard who, in the middle of the night, left the safe house to carry out a new surveillance round. A few moments later, he captured something terrifying whilst being on the phone with his wife.
Las estrellas que brillan como tus ojitos viciosos. Amor, 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 amor.
A shadow being.
Hay algo ahí. Amor, no. No. Ay.
A short, pitch-black being can be seen at the end of the road, and after realizing that this wasn't a colleague, that was perhaps just pranking him, he freaks out, which I can completely understand. This thing does not look human at all, and the comments state that it might have been perhaps an unidentified creature, but maybe it was also something from another realm, paranormal perhaps. What's your guess? I would have been pretty afraid as well. This was shared by Wade Lanigan, who's basically just hanging out with his son in the living room here. He has captured several strange incidents in the past and is recording video surveillance on the regular. Today he also suspects that he caught one of the several spirits that is said to haunt this home. The figure of a shadow man with a large top hat can be seen as he's walking across the living room and reflecting in the mirror, which is quite a surprise to everybody. If it is residing in his home or if it's a haunting that is bound to his family is unknown. Many people believe that there's way more behind this than Wade is sharing with us, but who can say? The following video was uploaded by Louis D. In this clip, Louis is investigating a cemetery with some friends late at night. About this video, Louis wrote, "The White Star Line created the world's most famous ship, the RMS Titanic. We have come to the resting place of the creator of the White Star Line to see if we can connect with the ghost of the Titanic. In some situations, cemeteries can be peaceful places to remember loved ones. However, in the video, multiple people mention that they felt a lot of negative vibes in this particular location. As we see, the cemetery is extremely dark and filled with some unusually tall tombstones. All in all, this location definitely seems like a place where one could capture paranormal evidence. The team ended up filming this chilling footage during an unexpected moment. They were simply exploring the grounds when this was captured.
Like, but it's...
Because when they're new, they look like that, don't they? They like raise until
Yeah.
they like level out. Because it takes ages for the grass to settle back down, doesn't it? It is very sinky.
The head and upper torso of a person appears to float and then suddenly evaporate out of sight. It is slightly translucent and is definitely foggy. In my opinion, the creepiest thing about this sighting is the way it disappears into thin air. Or was it simply someone's breath? Let me know what you guys think. This video was uploaded by Javier, who states that he tried to contact one of his best friends, Antonio, but did not hear back from him in days. So he made the decision to go to his house to speak to him in person, and this is where these recordings start. Upon arriving and not finding anyone, he decides to enter his friend's house, and strange things started to happen.
¿Dónde carajo se habrá metido este? Parece que no hay nadie acá. Vamos a meternos en la casa de este loco, a ver qué onda. Hace como 2 semanas que no da señales de vida, no aparece nada. ¡Antonio! ¡Antonio, soy yo! ¿Javier? ¡Hey!
The house looks quite abandoned.
Loco! Soy Javier, boludo.
And some pretty creepy knocking.
Che, loco, ¿sos vos? Ya fue, boludo. Vine a ver qué onda, ¿cómo andás? ¿Estás bien? Che, loco, si sos vos, salí. ¿Escuchan eso? Ah, la concha de su madre. ¡Toño! ¡Madre que lo parió! Este hijo de...
So, after entering the house, he found a note that said sorry, and then proceeds to open another room, when all of a sudden a shadowy hanging figure is spotted, and he is frightened to the core. However, this was not the only terrifying thing. At a certain point, another door opens for Javier, and a dark figure with bright eyes can be seen above the door. What is that? This made Javier leave the place in terror, but he would return a while after. He had not heard back from Antonio, and he was considered missing.
Bueno, aquella puerta... a ver, me voy a alejar un poco. Esa es la puerta principal y del lado de afuera hay cinta de peligro que dejó la policía. Ahí no lo prende. ¡Hola! Parece que no hay nadie, pero ahí no lo prendida.
The house still abandoned.
Bueno, esta casa vine un montón de veces. Está toda la ropa. Acá guardaba la ropa. No se han llevado nada. Bueno, acá no hay nadie. La puerta que yo partí. Cuando encontré a mi amigo. Antonio. Esta la pieza. Un poco
And all of a sudden,
de escalofrío estar
the
acá.
light
Se
disappears.
siente una carga. Un poco
Power
pesada,
outage.
qué sé yo. ¡Qué mierda! La linterna. ¿Qué pasó? ¡Ey, ey! ¿Quién es? ¿Quién anda ahí? Mierda. ¡Hola! ¿Qué mierda anda ahí la concha de su madre?
Javier encounters what appears to be a man dressed in black inside his friend's house, perhaps the mysterious shadow that was hanging in the other room that we saw earlier. At this point, it's almost certain that this place was haunted for whatever reason. Javier decided then to place several camcorders in Antonio's house, which were set to motion alert and only started recording once motion was noticed. And these are the recordings. And indeed, it seems that he captured the dark faceless figure many more times. As Antonio was still missing at this point, some people think that this perhaps could have been his restless spirit, and that he might have contacted demons that were responsible for his disappearance. Is it possible? A very terrifying thought for sure, and I will keep my eyes open concerning any updates on this. The next video was uploaded to Reddit by a concerned father. He tells us that he woke up one night to an alert of his security camera outside, and then he witnessed this creepy incident. Somebody dressed up as a clown seemed to stare at the camera at first, and then walking up to the house to further startle the homeowners. Of course, they never found out who did it, but they still remember this incident clear as day. But just a few nights later, this clown showed up to the same house. However, they switched towards the back door this time. Was it just a crazy person? The following recording was captured by traffic camera in Wessex, Britain, on which a pretty unusual creature was supposedly captured. It's not uncommon for the authorities to capture some wildlife ever so often. Today's video, though, was a bit different. Can see a busy road, and then a weird creature appearing from the left side out of the darkness and scampering over all 4 lanes of the highway within a few seconds. What's weird about this incident is the creature's legs that are bending inwards, making many believe that we are dealing with a rather inexplicable creature here. Some say that it even looks a little bit humanoid, causing some to believe that we are dealing with another shapeshifter here. Could this be? It's really hard to say what's going on for sure, but it makes one wonder. The following has been forwarded to me by Andrew, and it was captured by a stationary camera, which was placed in a very old family residence. It is said that the house is known for its many strange ghost encounters over the past 30 years. This was captured one afternoon, when the home was empty. An enlightened silhouette can be seen walking into the living room from the right, and then vanishing. Hard to say if we are seeing one of the ghosts here, which are said to still roam this old building, or if it was just smoke and mirrors. Late one evening, 2 friends decided to spend time in an empty indoor playground located in a restaurant. With no kids around, they rushed to the jungle gym for some carefree fun. One friend recorded the moment, not realizing that the footage would later reveal something unsettling.
Jesus. Okay, this is my POV. Enjoy. This is where we have to get up to. This is really hard. I feel too big to do this.
Do you feel out of breath as I am?
Yeah. Wait, where'd you go? Left or right?
I went left.
Which way do I go? I feel like I'm in Wonderland. Okay, she went that way. Freaky. Yours is brighter, mine's all dark. Okay. You guys, I can't do this. I feel like I keep bonking my head too. That's crazy. There's like actual good down here. This is literally for human hamsters. Oh my god, someone bashed in this window.
Only the distant voice of the other friend was audible at the time, but when reviewing the video, they noticed something strange. A faint childlike voice picked up by the microphone.
Yours is brighter, mine's all dark. Yours is brighter, mine's all dark. Actually, like down here. Actually, like down here.
The sound was reminiscent of a young child babbling, although no children were present. The friends were completely unaware of this eerie sound while playing, but viewers later speculated it could be the voice of a ghostly child still lingering in the playground. Though the exact nature of the sound remains unclear, many wonder what else might occur in the playground during the quiet hours when no one is around. This video was shared by a driver who wasn't quite sure what to make of what he caught that night. He posted this encounter on the paranormal Reddit section and stated that he felt something rather inexplicable was going on that night. He was on his way home from work, and on this particular stretch of road where the incident was captured, ghostly sightings are nothing rare. Even some of his family members stated that they also have seen ghosts on the road. But of course nothing ever was documented on their part. What really struck the driver as odd is that his radio malfunctioned after he passed by a pale figure. What would a woman be doing there late at night? Not to mention that this is pretty dangerous, of course, standing so close to the road. Many people have the opinion that maybe in fact this was one of the several paranormal encounters that seem to take place here ever so often. Is this realistic in your opinion? Quite weird how the skin of this lady is a bit illuminated almost, just like her dress. And what about the radio interference? What a strange coincidence. User Bobo on Reddit. He asked the community about a strange anomaly that was recorded in his home. He states, "What do we think? Camera has been going off non-stop the past month. Then we finally saw this, about 7 minutes of it. Our dog has been terrified, keeps his tail in between his legs and is hiding when no one's home." Some people mentioned that this could merely be a dust particle, but most comments say that dust is really unrealistic. The movement pattern of this orb is pretty unique. Do you think this could be a paranormal incident? Who knows what is causing it, if that's the case? The following video was sent by Tobias M, and he forwarded this originally from Sinistro Hendrik Alves. It was captured by a family in the United States that has had some pretty strange events unfolding in the past weeks. Apparently, they received a lot of motion alarms at night, only to be seeing weird hovering objects that were making it through their yard and driveway. This was one of their latest recordings. Could it just be spider webs or a bug? Very unlikely, says the family. It happens so frequently at night that they believe something else is going on here. What do you think? Paranormal? Or something way more rational?